Hi, 𝐤𝐤𝐤 here with T2S Transformed to Succeed. In this video, what I'm gonna do is to share the 10 basic Linux commands. I was just about to say commandments, but my other thing that I do is that I am a pastor too, so I was thinking of commandments from the Bible, but I'm not talking about commandments. I'm talking about commands that you need to learn learn and use on a Linux operating system. I'm gonna go through that a little bit quickly, but these 10 basic commands that you need to learn and master include the following that you see on the screen here, on your screen. So we have ls, we have pwd, we have rm, which is remove, we have mkdir, which is to create directories. You have move mv, you can either move file or rename a file using the mv command. Then you have the other one is cat command, in kind of like a bright green that you may not probably be able to see it right clearly, but we'll talk about that. The last three are cd, then you have cat, and you have cp, which is to copy, then you have the echo command. So we're gonna go through that right now. I'll take you to my screen. For you to be able to do that, what you're gonna need to do is to first, you have to log into your operating system. It could be any Linux operating system, but in my case and for this specific video, I'm using Ubuntu. So I'm gonna go into onto my Ubuntu command or command line. So I'll do this so that you all can only see my what you basically need to see. So the first thing that you need to do when you are on here, we're going to begin with ls. The ls command, that's to list what you have in the current directory or any directory. On Linux, you're talking about directories and files, but it comes down always when you're dealing with Linux, any Linux operating system, any Linux flavor. It could be Debian, it could be Fedora, it could be Red Hat, which is part of Fedora, Debian, you have Ubuntu, and the list goes on. But every time you want to list anything, first of all, you want to know where you are. Where are you? As I said, probably I didn't say that yet, but I haven't said that yet, but you have to understand that on a Linux operating system, everything is a file. Could be a directory or just simply a file. So we are here, and how do we know where we are? So we use this command here, and this is the pwd command. So you do that, and it's gonna tell you where you exactly are. Right now we are in the home, we are in the Ubuntu directory, and Ubuntu is a user on this specific system. Every user, all of these users that you create on a Linux operating system, they automatically go into here, the home directory, and this represent, the tilde represent that you are in the root directory, the beginning of everything. This is where everything resides. It begins with the root, and then you go down to the different users. And users can be a human that you have added to the account to allow them access to this system. Or it could be a system or an application. In this case, okay, so pwd, what does it stand for? To understand every Linux command, there is the man command. So the man command is it's short for manual. like any book, any dictionary that you let's say you want to understand what a word means, you go to a dictionary, and this you can do it online, the internet, or you can use a physical dictionary. But for Linux, we use man, which is short for manual. And if you add the pwd here, you're gonna get the list of things here. So as you see here, I'm gonna probably have to adjust my screen here quickly. Just give me a moment so that you guys can see everything on here. Let me see here. So I'm gonna bring everything here this way here so that you can see clearly what I'm talking about here. And then what I have here is, first we're looking for the meaning of the pwd command, and this is what it means: print name of current directory. That's what it stands for. Print, that's for the P. Working directory, that's W and D. Okay, so some people, they refer to it as present working directory, but this is the correct name for the pwd. And here, when you go down, you see different options that you can use, and it even gives you the name of who is the person who created this command. This command was written by Jim Mehring. So that's what you need to know about how you can get more information about a specific Linux command by just using the man command. And to get out of this window, what you have to do is to just press the Q key on your keyboard. You do that and you're out. Okay, so now we're done with pwd. So how do we know, how do we see, when you do this, how do we see the content of the Ubuntu directory? What does Ubuntu directory have? To see that, you have to list. You only use ls. You can ls to display the content of a directory, but you can also use ls by adding some other options to see the different characteristics even of a file. You can do that. So let's begin with just ls today. ls, and then you see that we have a ton of stuff here in this directory, in this Ubuntu directory, which is under the parent directory known as home. So we have that, and here we have, you can see this is a file. It is a text file. It's in white, and this is a directory, and this is a file. This is another file known as a link file. In this case, it's a soft link. And this is another file known as a hard link. And in upcoming videos, we'll talk more about that. And this is a file. As I said, this is a directory. So now you have learned how to use the ls command, which stands for list. It's short for list, to list. You want to list the content of a directory. So I'm gonna clear my screen. How do you clear your screen so that you have a blank screen again? To do that, you just use the command clear. It's gonna clear your screen, so you're back to a more like a blank screen here. Now, how do you, like in this case, let's say you do ls, we have these directories 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's say we are here. This is where we are. Let's say we want to go to dir 1. How do we get there? And to go to dir 1, what you do, you use the cd command, which stands for change directories. So to change directories, you use the cd command. So you do cd, and then you specify the name of the directory where you want to go. And you just type, you can type a portion of the name of the directory wherever you want to go, and then press the tab key on your keyboard. It's gonna pre-fill the rest of the name. So you do that, and now, you know, when I did the first time at R, it didn't do anything because there are many, you know, you have dir 1, you have dir 2, 3, and 4. So if you do 1 and then press the tab key, it's gonna pre-fill with that /. Then you press enter or return, and we, as you can tell here, so we have moved from the root directory, and this is the home directory, and now we have gone to the dir directory, and you can ls to see what you have in that specific directory by using the ls command. To list, press ls, and guess what? In the dir 1 directory, we have file 1 here. And so we have that. And let's say I want to go back out of dir 1 to the home directory. If you do this, cd, and then space, and then first dot, second dot, you're gonna go to the parent directory of dir 1. It's like one step above, one step up. Okay, so I do that, and in this case, let's say you had like a parent directory, then you have the first child directory, and then you had another child, you had a child directory of the child, the first child directory. So you have grandparent, parent, and child. So to go from the grandchild to the parent, you do cd space dot dot. Okay, and then when you get to the parent, you want to go to the grandparent, so you do cd again, cd space dot dot. And I hope that makes sense. And if you want to skip, to go straight to the root directory, to the beginning, to the genesis of everything, then you just do cd and then press enter. I'm gonna clear my screen. So we have covered ls, we've covered pwd. I think that's what we've done. That yeah, we've covered all of those, ls, pwd, cd, and we've done yeah, so we've done those 3. So I'm gonna run quickly here. So now, how do we create a file? To create a file, you use the command touch, but there's so many other ways that you can create a file. You can also use a file editor like Nano, Vim, and VI, and we will talk about that in one of the upcoming videos. But today, just use touch. Like you can create my first file .txt, then press enter. You have created the file. Use ls, you're gonna see it's created here. And how do you display the content of that file? So you can use the cat command, and since we just created this file and this file is empty, we will not get anything in that file. So the response says it's empty, there's nothing. But what if we try to cat, meaning display the content of a file? You use the cat command. So you're gonna let's say we use the no login file content. So I'm gonna do that, a file, no login file, txt file. That's what I wanted to say. So I do that, you see, so there's content. There's a lot of content there. I'm gonna clear my screen, get back there. So you see, you have learned how to display the content of a directory by using ls, pwd to say where you are, to display your current present working directory. And then we've talked about touch, how to create a file, cd, how to change directories, and cat, how to display the content of a file. So to do that, let's move to the next command here. So you have the mkdir. Mkdir is a way to create a directory. So I can do mkdir 10, and know that you can create two directories at the same time. So I'm gonna, and to do that you have to space, like the first name of the first directory, it's dir 10. So I'm gonna space, then I'm gonna do dir 11. So I have two directories here, dir 10 and dir 11. I press enter. If I do ls, you go now notice that dir 10 and dir 11 have been successfully created. I'm gonna clear my screen here. So that's how you create a directory. And so how do you delete how do you move a file? Let's say we have ls here, we have this file. Let's say I want to move this file here to dir 10. So to do that, you use the move command, and followed by first space, and then followed by the file that you want to copy, to move. So it's the no login file .txt, and then the destination. Where do you wanna get that? I mean, do you wanna take that file and move it to? So you're gonna say, you're gonna then select dir 10. I'm gonna do that. So you type dir 10, and then you have the /, and then I press enter. So if I ls, because remember we are still in the Ubuntu directory, so if I ls, you're gonna notice that this file has moved. It's no longer here because we have moved it to dir 10. So I'm gonna clear my screen, ls. So I need to go now to dir 10 to find my file here. If I ls dir 10, and to move to dir 10 you use cd, change directory. So I get there, you see here, I'm dir 10 and I ls, and here's my file. I go back to the home directory, clear my screen. So that's about the mkdir and how you can also move a file to a different destination. So now the second way purpose for using the mv command, you can rename files here. So let's say we want to change the name of this file here, and to change the name of that file, so I use the mv command, then the current name of the file, and then next would be the new name that I want to give to this file. So I'm gonna just call it file.txt. So or I'm gonna use this one here. So I'm gonna use, and then I'll say this renamed.txt, and then I press enter. When I press enter, this name will be replaced by this one here. ls to see what I have here, you see? So that's the new name of this one here. That's the new name. And you can also do the same with that one, but we will not, I'll let you play with this command and change names and all of that fun stuff. I clear my screen, So what we've done, we've done the ls command, we've done the pwd command, we've done the touch command, we've used cd, mkdir, we've done the mv command, we've done the cat command. So we are left with remove. How do we delete or remove a file or a directory, and how do we copy? And the last one would be, how do we use the echo command? So let's do about the start with the echo command. With the echo command, the echo, it's like I say something and then I get the same thing back. So you can echo anything. You can echo, if you want to echo just one word like Linux, then you have to specify where you want to send that character or word or group of words. So in this case I have just Linux, so I want to send it to my my first file here, first file. And then to do that you have to redirect, and that's the right word arrow. So you redirect whatever you want to redirect here onto that file, then press enter. Then if you do cat to verify, you're gonna get Linux. And you can do the same thing again. If you do more than one word, then you're gonna need to use either a single quotation mark or single quotation marks, or you can use double quotation marks, and it still works. I am a genius. Praise be to God. Remember, I'm a pastor, so a believer. So you hear me talk about faith. So I do that, you see. So now, if you redirect, using that operator, this here is gonna erase every piece of content that you had already put on that file. If you want to append or add more content, then you use this command here. Use this operator. It's gonna be a double right word arrow to the same file. And when you do that, and then you cat to verify the file, to verify the content of the file, so you're gonna have two lines now. The original line, Linux, and then the new line underneath the original content. So that's what you've done. That's how we use the command echo. So I'm gonna clear the screen. So echo is done. And now I'm gonna show you how you can copy. To copy, you just let's say we have this, so I want to copy this to this specific place. And what I do in this current directory, so I'm gonna say copy of this, and then when you copy, you need to give a name to that copy, the copy of the original file. So I'm gonna just call it file 1 underscore HL, and that's it. So you do that, and then if you ls, now you have this one. This is the original one, and now I have this new one here. And then if you cat the original one here, copy, it's gonna have the same content with the new copy, file 1, the new the copy of the original file. So you do that, and then you see we have the same thing here, the same content, because it's an exact copy of the original file. So I'm gonna clear my screen. So how do you remove now files? Let's say we want to delete this file here. And to delete this file, you just use the remove command, rm, and copy of the file, and then it's gone. If you ls, you see, it's disappeared. It just disappeared, it's gone. it's deleted, and we are left only with this one here. But you know, you can use the same command to remove directory. So let's say we ls dir 2 to see what we have in dir 2. There's nothing. So I'll try to use the same command here to delete this directory, the same command that we use to delete a file. So I'm gonna do the same here. Something will happen here. You know, it cannot delete because it's a directory. So, and it's an empty directory. So let's say I want to do rm -r and then do that. It's deleted. So for an empty directory, you use the rm -r, and -r stands for recursive, meaning it deletes even the content of that directory. So I'm gonna clear my screen, and if you ls, you would see that dir 1 has disappeared. So if you list dir 1, for instance here, you see dir 1, okay, we're gonna, we have a lot here. So I'm gonna do that. So if I list the dir 1, and then the reason here is because there is dir 1, and then you have dir 10 and dir 11. They all begin with dir 1. So that's why it displayed all of the three at the same time here. So I'm gonna do that. So I recalled the command, and to do it, you just press the upper arrow on your keyboard. So we have that. Let's say if we can remove that using the -r for empty directory. So I'm gonna do that. So if I do this, see, and it did delete the directory. So I'm gonna say here, go here. So dir 1 is gone. So you use the command rm -r to delete an empty directory or a directory with content. So I think we've covered everything here. So what we did today was to go. I just walked you through the 10 basic commands that you need to learn and master when dealing with Linux operating systems. And this doesn't really matter what Linux flavor you're using, but we've talked about ls, pwd, touch, cd, mkdir, cp, rm to remove, mv, cat, echo, and I want you to just keep playing with these commands. That's how you can become a Linux professional, a Linux engineer. Thank you so much for watching. God bless, and I'll see you in the next video.